Yo, Internet, welcome to another episode of Recap Corner. This is actually one of the more better episodes, or at least one of the more interesting episodes in Bungou Stray Dogs. And it's not necessarily because of the whole Chuya with his super gravitation powers activated versus HP Lovecraft. God damn it, saying that shit without stumbling myself up. It's fucking difficult. But still, like, that fight is fucking amazing, but like it's actually pretty interesting to kind of see both leaders of the armored detective agency and also the poor mafia meet up and actually talk about, okay, should we have an alliance and shit, you know. And most of that kind of just boils down to the fact that the only reason why they listened to Asushi here and said, listen, okay, we should probably entertain the idea. The only reason why they did that shit, it was because, well, he was kidnapped. Well, he's literally the only character in this series who has been targeted by them every stretch of the way. I mean, like, shit like that, he should fucking hate their asses for it, but he doesn't. And also, we do kind of see a different side to both of the leaders. I mean, again, originally you kind of thought that the leader of the Port Mafia was possibly just a crazed psychopath, or at least like this calm and collected genius over there who just sort of has who hides something underneath his charming smile. You know, sort of like how Dezai is, but he's shown to be more of a crazed, insane motherfucker over there who kind of has a very crazy eye. And of course, However, he does sort of think something like a sociopath, which is basically he takes the best actions to actually help himself out, or at the very least the most logical sort of actions, which kind of fits a little bit parallel to something of Dezai. I mean, again, I know that we all like him, but then again, Dezai says something pretty interesting in this episode, which is evil suspects evil. So most likely you hear that and basically you think the one way of saying, okay, maybe Dezai is sort of like he left or at least like he says that he was kicked from the Port Mafia because, again, it's like, well, even though they're asking him to come back, they're like, well, now he left because, again, like, he thought that Dezai was gonna kill him because and take his position, which is more or less like, if you flip it, because Dezai kind of does the same shit with most of the other Port Mafia members who do like him and they do see him as a friend and shit. But I think Dezai is actually talking about himself there, more or less like he thinks that he's evil and everything. I mean, you can see that in a lot of his actions. Now, I'm not saying that he's not a humble person, but then again, he also kind of goes into the whole thing of the reason why he won't kill Q is because they need his ability and they need him around, and that's basically like the most logical choice. Is like, I'm doing this for myself. I'm not doing it because I like Q or I want to stop all these people from basically getting hurt. I'm doing it for me. And it's pretty interesting there. Of course, there is something that I do like about Chuya and also Dezai working together as basically like, man, the whole back and forth between those two. It never stops and it's super fun. You know, and of course the armored detective agency leader is also a badass. Of course, like, he's a Superman in fucking judo and shit. But also him with a katana is actually sort of proven to be sort of busted. He kind of reminds me a little bit of god damn it, I forgot the doctor's name in fucking Xenogears, but like, he reminds me a lot of him. First half of the game, you don't got a sword. You know, he's pretty powerful. Give him a fucking katana and he's OP as shit. So you can kind of see that there. But till then, though, that is what I gotta say about that. I'll see you on the next Jongravesshow Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games, and I'll see you on the next Jongravesshow Show. L Recap Corner. I'm out. Yo, Internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow Show. well, Boruto has done it again, and that they've taken a lot of the movie stuff and they've worked that out into this comic. And honestly, it's a really good fight scene, same as it was in the movie. The only real thing that I can really comment on is the fact that I'm happy that the villain doesn't look like a fucking Oni demon anymore. However, I do kind of have a small problem though, because again, it seems as though is that he's turned into another version of whatever the fuck Orochimaru was. Oh no, I mean